Greetings, Aquarius. Welcome to your divinely guided rune reading here for the week. Jumping in, we will get a rune and then a card, tarot card, and then another rune of clarity for each position in your divinely guided rune reading here this week. And then stay tuned, because at the end we'll get an oracle card from this week's oracle deck, the messages from the fairies. I've already shuffled and meditated on everything, so let's jump right on in, shall we? In your energetic past, here's blessings or challenges with the rune of Soilo, about the sun. The sun's light, right? It's your energetic, natural essence, your vitality, your authenticity. The sun's light shines on anything and everything without any hesitation, reservation, or judgment. You're called to do the same. These are aspects of how are you expressing yourself? How are you showing up for the world? How are you showing up in your authenticity, and your abundance, and your maybe you had a lucky encounter here in your past here too. So these are blessings or challenges thereof of this, all these aspects of Solilo here, the sun rune. Take what resonates here, leave what doesn't as we move along here, Aquarius. The Emperor reverse here clarifies, so maybe more of a challenge of your authenticity. Here's what it looks like. The Emperor reversed would be a pretty inauthentic, probably not a leader, or needing to review their leadership qualities, traits, I would say. Very thorough energy here with Therizos is the rune of clarity. Divinely guided and very grounded energy meeting in the middle means this very thorough energy that transcends and meets in the middle. Like Thor's hammer, it'll meet its target, right? And is very thorough with the swing, right? Once it starts, it'll be complete. So it's that dedication kind of energy, like doing your research or getting your ducks in a row, getting your mental mise en place, your mess in place. Doing that research, that dedication energy. So how are you dedicated to your divinely guided path? How authentic are you to it? How are you showing up? Are you kind of like unstable, not really the master of all you survey yet? Again, take what resonates here, leave what doesn't. And your now energy is a blessing or a challenge with the Birch Goddess's rune here of Berkana. This is blessings of new beginnings. So what I mean by that is, like, maybe you're starting something new, a new idea, a new practice, a new business, a new relationship, a new familial style type of nurturing, though, is needed for this, whatever it is. So like a mother's love kind of energy, you nurture it, you care for it, in that sort of way, right? So the Birch Goddess's rune Berkana, intuitively knowing how to begin different things and nurture them, and to continue nurturing them, is in your energetic now sort of realm. The Knight of Wands reversed clarifies. So interesting. So maybe challenge here too with like getting into your new beginnings, with manifesting, or maybe not knowing what direction to go. Like knowing you're in this beginning and nurturing, maybe it's just not time to go in a direction just yet. Maybe there's that. So take what resonates here, leave what doesn't. As a reminder, so still in your presence, in your sphere, is this rune of Soilo, your authenticity, okay? I'm feeling just a little bit more of a, like, what does that mean to you? Still kind of maybe overthinking it, or still dwelling on it, not decided. And therefore in lies the conundrum of the authenticity. If you keep on going within about your authenticity, are you being authentic? Anyway, bless the new beginnings in this energy right now. But in your near future, you're looking forward to the God Tears Rune Tiwas. So this is either showing up in your discipline work, sticking up for what you know is just, true, right? Maybe a Libra kind of energy with the scales of justice, like sticking up for what is just, true, right, and good in the world, right? but also this could be martyrdom type of energy, depending on how your vector of victory, how you perceive it, what you're sticking up for, how grounded is it, and how you're showing up for yourself and for others. Five of Pentacles kind of clarifies it here with feeling maybe left out in the cold, like you're kind of lone wolf out there. And that's sort of, watch your dependency here on this for your identity, because what others think of you, it shouldn't matter what others think of you here, Aquarius, for you to have your identity. Okay? But feeling here left out, like you're lone wolfing it out here in the cold, where you're actually not. Abundance is around you, it's nearby, you just feeling like you're deserted. But that you're doing this dedication stuff all by yourself. But in your near future here too is this God Ing's rune, Ingwas. This is a very stable energy, right? When the lines go like that at the bottom of the rune, very stable energy. And this is irreversible too. So this is like that divine lesson in divine timing. The seed planted in the fertile soil will open when it needs to. It'll grow roots when it needs to, right? It'll grow above ground when it needs to, and that takes patience. That takes a knowingness, right? Not a guessing game, right? And nurturing that growth. Being in your divine sovereignty, your divine masculine kind of healing work of the healing your ego is kind of like the divine masculine healing rune. This is a good opportunity to also to shout out that we have divine feminine and masculine within all of us, but this is definitely knowing that I think like you're stable by yourself, right? You're feeling stable by yourself, like you're left out in the cold. Watch that victim energy mentality though about that, like don't make that your soapbox that you stand on kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? True, that might be ammunition, that might be fuel for your fire, but don't make that the one story that you constantly repeat, right? That becomes a part of your identity, right? It helps shape you into who you are, but that doesn't define you. You define you. Your rune of influence right now in your sphere is the rune of Kenos. Kenos is the torch, the light that illuminates the path forward for yourself and for others. Like Pac-Man gobbling up the dots, trailblazing, moving forward, like the whole Wands suit in tarot. This is the practicing what you preach, showing up for like how are you manifesting? How are you moving forward, right? Other people like seeing that in you, not just you, like the steps that you're trailblazing in. Are you leading by example, right? Are you practicing what you preach? Are you taking your own medicine? Seven of Pentacles here for your influence. Okay, or excuse me, not Seven of Pentacles, Seven of Swords. So kind of having that kind of betrayal kind of energy, like, or maybe that sneaking suspicion that somebody's out to get you, that victim mentality there again. Careful with that. That might be validated, but be careful on letting that be a deciding factor of how you're resonating here as well in your sphere of influence. So with that, the rune of clarity that is, excuse me, I just had a big old spider run over my foot several times. That's interesting. Yeah. All right, we're good. Sorry for the delay there. All right. The rune of clarity for this is a Nadis. Nadis is having your needs, constraints, limitations being met. Your priorities. What are your wants versus your needs? What are your perceived limitations versus your actual limitations? right? Your perceived limitations are your fears, right? Not your actual limitations, right? So what are those for you, right? So now these is like now this, now is like now this is like now this, now that, now life happens, now things happen, your priorities, balances. Do you really need to be thinking about the bandit in your camp, or do you need to be thinking about how you're stepping forward and manifesting? Yeah, interesting influences there. I'm not sure how that resonates out there for you, but do take what resonates for you and leave what doesn't. Let me know in the comments below how it resonates. All right, Aquarius, the advice for right now is in Odin's rune. Odin's rune is like the patch that covers Odin's eye. So this is like something I think you already know, but this is indicative of something that you already know or something that's hidden from you for your advice to do for right now. We will get a rune of clarity from the Unikite rune set, an unused rune set here at the very, very end. So stay tuned for that as well here, Aquarius. And let's see, we have the Nine of Swords reversed, clarifying for your advice for right now. Yeah, so getting rid of like the depressed or the doomsday scenario kind of energy, where the whole negative Nancy, like every Debbie Downer kind of stuff. Sorry if those are your names out. Anyway, we're going to get a rune of clarity for this here for you, Aquarius. Your rune of clarity is an Iwaz. Iwaz is the yew branch, the yew tree, Y-E-W. So the yew tree is the very flexible, very durable, very strong, very tough, like world tree. It's known as the world tree. Is this very old, very durable, very dependable, very strong, very flexible, right? So that's calling you to be in your senses of patience, durability, flexibility, strength, right? Endurance. Not having getting rid of the depressed energy, right? The Nine of Swords reverse is saying that this isn't like a victim mentality at all. This is you encouraging you to be optimistic, right? That there's nothing to be sad about, really, about this. Even though you have that Five of Pentacles kind of feeling out there, it looks like this is something that might take some time for you to emotionally heal with. Okay? So with that, we will get a rune for your outcome here. And for this is the rune of Manas. Manas is the rune of mankind. The rune of mankind in Manas here is your very grounded sense of where you stand with the place in the world, where you stand with your clarity, with your sense of identity, attachments to outcomes, labels, identity, thoughts, beliefs, paradigms, standards, practices, being able to change your mind. But this is like welcoming in new concepts, right? Welcoming in your affirmed sense of stability and identity. The rune of Manas here, the mankind rune. Okay. Your card of clarity here is the Seven of Wands. Yeah, really being able to firmly and very in the ground, see that grounded energy in the very grounded way, being able to communicate in a very clear way is be careful how you say that too, because that could end up being a martyrdom energy here with Tiwas, right? So depending on how you're communicating that, right, pay attention. But in the ways that you manifest and the ways that you're building it, it could lead to a self-alienation. Don't let it be that, but still don't let anybody dissuade you and still be stable and very grounded in your divinely guided path here. It looks like you are in your outcome here, you are expressing the ways that you would like to manifest with your clan, right? Yeah, the God Tears rune, Tiwaz. This might be martyrdom energy here with the rune, with the Five of Pentacles, divine masculine healing rune, maybe ego healing rune. Maybe you are showing up, maybe dependent if you are showing up in your ego sense or not. Like if you're showing up in your ego sense, yeah, this could be martyrdom. All right, but the God Tears rune, your vector of victory, your discipline work, you're just showing up for this, and you might just be just lone wolfing it as a result here in the future because of that. Okay, so regardless, this is all divinely guided here for you. Okay, the God Tears rune, remember the God Tear, he sacrificed his whole arm to stave off Ragnarok, and it got bit off by that wolf, right? So that in that sense, it's a martyr kind of energy. If you're going to be a martyr out of it, just make sure you know what you're signing yourself up for. Let's get a rune of clarity here for your advice for the now. Yeah, get into your blessed new beginnings here with Berkana, the Birch Goddess's rune. Nurture that stuff. Like get into that beginning and a new way of being, or a new way of nurturing yourself. That new beginning, right? That new conviction. Maybe this is a new way of showing up for yourself, and the way you express and are affirming yourself, and the way you're expressing that outwardly as well. So be strong, be tough, be durable, be strong. Not everybody is going to receive you well, right? Regardless, no matter what. Not everybody is going to receive you well. You're not going to keep everybody along your journey 100% of the time, no matter what, no matter how hard you try. So don't be too attached to that, okay, Aquarius? But you're still going to be in your sense of victory here. You got some divine masculine healing work here, some ego healing in the near future, but that's coming with that sense of identity and your closure here about this whole situation, depending on how you're addressing it, right? Let me know in the comments below how this all resonates here for you. Sorry about the whole spider thing. That was really weird. It's just that time of year. The messages from the fairies, pay attention to spider animal meanings here too as well. The spiders are very powerful beings of creation energy. So definitely look up spider spirit guide kind of stuff for your rune reading here this week apparently. So, okay, messages from the fairies oracle deck for your card of clarity here for this week. Divine, please show us clearly what message of clarity do you have for Aquarius's divinely guided rune reading here for this week. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Everything's okay. Don't worry. It's all working out in a beautiful way. Kind of like that Three Little Birds song, right? Don't worry about a thing. Everything's okay. Let's read more about that card. At the bottom again it says, don't worry, it's all working out in a beautiful way. Aquarius, the fairies know that you're concerned about the outcome of this situation. So they sent this card to you as reassurance that everything's working out in a divinely perfect way. Take steps to uplift your outlook and unburden your heart and mind, such as taking a nature walk and spending time with loved ones, exercising, or enjoying a creative project. The more you can stay centered and filled with faith, the better the outcome you'll experience. Additional meanings for the card are to write down your concerns on paper and then ceremoniously dispose of the list by burning it, pouring water over it, or burying it. Another is to talk to people involved in order to double check your facts, like writing your worries, like how your worries may be based on untrue assumptions. The final meaning for this card then, Aquarius, is to make sure that you're getting enough rest and eating healthfully, as a physical strain can lead to anxiety and exhaustion. Namaste. Have a blessed and abundant week.